Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is going to be a look at Nocterra #1. Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel. Boom! There's the names right there, just waiting for you. $3.99 apparently. I think that's what that said. Yeah, it's $3.99. Had to look at it more closely, As the glare goes, sometimes it's hard to read things. I noticed the cover's got a little stippling to it. It's pretty heavily ink loaded. Probably all those blacks. You can kind of see the ripples in the paper. Use a heavier cover stock. It's okay to use an actual good cover stock that's kind of tough, like Berserker did. You don't have to use your interior paper as your cover stock. Oh, I was going to complain about this, and then I opened up right to it. That was completely accidental and completely coincidental, but also pretty cool. So the book starts out really wimpy on like the first 3 pages, and then it gets pretty cool, and there's like freaky alien monster explosions. I don't know why her mask looks like this or whatever. I don't think it really matters. But there are monsters. Okay, so the premise is the world is enshrouded in darkness. There's no sun, there's no stars, there's just darkness. And the darkness is mutates like every living animal that's out of darkness for more than a couple hours or something like that. And so they're living in a post-apocalyptic world full of mutants. Stop me if you've heard this setup before. And so now we have a trucker, people that have to go from place to place, carrying loads, carrying people, carrying cargo, whatever, from one stronghold of people with light to the next stronghold with people with light. We got our main character here. I don't remember her name. She's main character. Her brother is not quite main character, but lead of the supporting cast. And they start off here in this first issue, hauling a bunch of people in their semi, which is covered in lights. But apparently all those lights don't really bother the horrifying monsters that they live with. For that, they really got to kind of, well, go all out. They restructured the calendar, so it's kind of like today. You have before Red Rooster shipped and after Red Rooster shipped theoretically will exist one day. They have post event or whatever after the sun went out. And so this is like year 10 or 17 or something, like after the sun went out. And it went out when she was a kid. So, she's like 20 or 25 or something like that. And doing this post apocalyptic trucker stuff. The story is a combination of things taken from other stories. I get vibes because there's like this truck stuff involved, so it feels kind of like Mad Max, that kind of post-apocalyptic setting. But it's also got mutants, so really I guess it feels more like Rage if you've ever played that game. The world's enshrouded in darkness, which I think there was a movie like that from like 10 or 15 years ago. And no, I don't mean Steven Seagal's Against the Dark. There was some other movie that kind of had a premise like this. And of course there is like 30 Days of Night and stuff like that, where the vampires come out because, well, you're in Alaska and it's night for a whole month. Deal with it, bro. But their society is falling apart. They're slowly losing one outpost of civilization after another as the monsters take over. If this sounds like the plot to Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, congratulations, it's the plot to Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. My point is, there's a whole lot of fiction, there's a whole world of fiction out there that plays with all these same ideas. I don't know if Nocterra is doing a better job of it or not. The how do I want to put it? The narration boxes are overly pretentious. They're trying to give us a sense of gravitas, and I think it failed in my case. They're trying to inform us of a lot of stuff. I don't really care. You should show me what the human shadow creatures do, not tell me what they do. Like, it doesn't really matter. You telling me is the weakest form of narration. If you want to show me how bad these human things are, the human monsters, well, they do that later because they talk about how they took over. Yeah, here. How the human monsters took over some town and wrecked it. Like, that's in the book. So you didn't really need to tell me over here Human shades are the apex. They mix with nothing, live in packs, have their own language. They bring down our outposts when they feel like it. If you see one, it's too late. There's no reason to tell me that here. In fact, I don't think there's a reason for most of the narration here. Everything they narrate about, including the how humans transform into the monsters, there's references to it in this issue. You didn't need to narrate a lick of it to me. You should trust your readers just a little bit to actually understand what you're talking about. The Tony S. Daniel art looks pretty good. I don't know if it's a spoiler. I want to flip over to the back here to this dude. Man, I showed him on stream. Apparently he's like covered in black carbon nanotubes or something like that. I don't know, man, but he looks pretty cool. And apparently it like melts this guy's face. I don't understand how any of this technology works, because I don't think it actually works in reality. But it's a lot of fun. And he, just this complete void, is really awesome looking. And I applaud the artist and the writer for doing something so bold with a character. All in all, I thought Nocterra was okay. It's got the potential to be really, really good. The downside is it's written by Scott Snyder. And go look at the last several things Scott Snyder has worked on and tell me how they ended. And your answer will not be really, really well. Your answer is going to be, well, that kind of flopped. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Death Metal. I even enjoyed the ending of Death Metal, but I recognize that a lot of the stuff in there is just kind of like, why would you do that? That's not actually cool. You know, the whole thing seems to be built around what's cool, and it kind of started believing its own hype. And I think that might be I'm worried, I should say, that that'll be the case with this. Otherwise, I had fun reading it. They set up some cool stuff here for future issues, like this old dude here that she's getting ready to take on a drive. Her brother looks like he's going to have like an interesting little plot arc. So there's lots of stuff getting set up in here that should be pretty cool. But we don't get that yet, because it's just the first issue telling us who these people are, giving us a sample of their world to pull us in, to invest us. And in that, the first issue was a success, because when I got done reading it, I'm like, this is pretty cool. And I had a lot of fun reading it. And let me flip back to that page. I got 2 pages in this book that have this weird damage. Now, looking at it, it looks like watered down ink somehow got like smeared on this page. Because it's definitely like in the paper, you know? It's not just like something goofy happened like after shipment. This is stuff that looks like it's in the paper. Like this happened at print time. And that's kind of weird. Dude, look at those. Look at those things. Demonic pterodactyls. Come on, you know you want to read a book with demonic pterodactyls. I want to read a book with demonic mutated pterodactyls. Let's do it. So that's Nocterra number 1. You all out there, you have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think if you checked out Nocterra. I got it because Mori Kyopa was like, yo, this is the most amazing hardcover book I've ever got, but I don't understand what it is, because he got like this annotated hardcover edition that didn't have any of the dialogue. Good job. Good job, Maury. Love you, man. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.